first grade, it's time for some CKLA. Awesome. Today you are going to need a paper and a pencil, and today you're also going to need a color. I have a green marker. Maybe you get a crayon or a pen. That's something you're going to need today. You can go ahead and pause the video to find these things. Also, whenever you see this pause sign that I hold up, that means it's a great time to hit pause if you need. First up, we have our spelling test. I'm going to say the words kind of fast. So if you need, you can pause, hit the pause button after every word to make sure you have time to write it. All right. You can write these numbers down on your paper to help you organize your work. Number 1, we have horn. The car honked its horn. Number 2, we have park. I love to play at Ruby Hill Park. Number 3, we have verb. Verb. A verb is an action word. Number 4, we have barns. The ducks live in the barns. Number 5, we have short. Those kindergartners are really short. Number 6, we have porch. We like to sit on the porch. Number 7, we have herd. The animals live in a herd. And our tricky word, we have Number 8, said. Said. She said I could go to the zoo. Awesome. When you are all done writing all those words out, it's time to get out your color and get ready to correct them. I'm going to show you the correct spellings of these words, and if you didn't get it right, that is totally okay. That means you need to correct it so you can see what you did wrong and what you did right. I want to show you how I corrected my work. On number 2, I wrote perk when I should have written park. So I corrected that E, I made it into an A, then I also wrote the correct word right next to it, park. Here I wrote a backwards B, so I fixed it and I wrote verb next to it. It is really important to correct your work to help you see what you're doing right and what you still need to practice. Now that you've corrected your work, we're going to talk about statements and questions. A statement, it ends in a think. A statement tells something and it ends in a period. Say it with me. A statement tells something and ends in a period. A statement tells, and it ends in a period. So those are statements. We also have questions. A question is different. Think about what a question is. A question asks something. It's not telling you something for sure. It's saying, it's asking. A question asks, and it ends in a what? You know this. You've been using question marks. It ends in a question mark. It ends in a. I hear ya. Also, we're going to practice deciding if a sentence is a statement or a question. This is like a statement, like a stamp, like a period, and this is what we're going to use for a question. I'm going to read them, and you're thinking, is it a statement? Is it telling? Or is it a question? It's asking. Number 1, Justin clapped his hands. Justin clapped his hands. You're thinking, is it a statement? Is it telling? Or is it a question? Is it asking? Justin clapped his hands. It's telling me something. It's a statement. It's not asking. It's just telling me. Number 2, read it with me. Can Emily hug her pal? Ooh, I heard my voice go up. That's a clue that tells me it's a question. Our voices go up at the question mark. Can Emily hug her pal? Remember, this one was a statement. Yeah, it's a question. It's asking if Emily can hug her pal. Number 3, read it with me. Will Brayden pick the plums? Am I telling or am I asking something? Will Brayden pick the plums? You're right, I'm asking. We're not saying Brayden pick the plums. No, we're asking, will Brayden pick the plums? So that means it should have a question mark. Awesome, these next 2 you're gonna do all by yourself. I will read them with you and then you are gonna decide whether it needs a period or a question mark. Number 4, Lydia is baking cupcakes. You're thinking, is it telling? Should it end in a period? Or is it asking? Should it end in a question mark? Lydia is baking cupcakes. You decide. And number 5, can you swim at the zoo? Is it telling or asking? Oh yeah? Yeah, you're right, it's asking. It's a question. Can you swim at the zoo? So that means it would end in a what? You're right, it would end in a question mark. Lydia's baking cupcakes, that was a statement, and this is a question. Awesome, amigos, we are moving on to the next thing. Awesome, super exciting. We get a 20-second wiggle break. I wonder if you can wiggle harder than me. Let's see, I'm looking. Can you wiggle harder than me? We get 20 seconds, wiggle, shake all your sillies out. Oh, I see your dance moves. Looking good. Shake your sillies out. Shake them, shake them, shake them. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh, I see that dance move. You're looking good. Oh, 5 more seconds. Shake it, shake it, shake. Shake, shake, shake. We are done. We go fun to focus. We go right back to focus. We are ready. This is the really exciting thing of today. The exciting thing of today is that there's a new way to spell ch. You already know from kindergarten that CH spells ch. CH spells ch. Oops, we need to erase all this. You already know from kindergarten that CH spells the ch sound. It spells the ch sound. Yeah, I hear you. Let's look at the power bar under the CH spelling. It's like pretty big. That tells us that CH spells the ch sound a lot of the time. So you should know when you're going to spell a word that the ch sound is usually spelled with the CH. But today, we get to learn that TCH also spells the ch sound. It also spells the ch sound. Oh yeah, it does. TCH also makes ch. I know it has a T in there, but that T is silent. It's silent, so the sound isn't ch-ch-ch. Ah, that's silly. The sound is ch. The sound is ch. And look at that power bar. It's pretty small. That tells us that we don't often use that TCH to spell ch. So that's the new thing to remember today, that TCH also spells ch. We're going to get some practice with that here. Here's something that you can write down on your paper. We're going to read through these words in the box, and some of them have the CH sound, and some of them have that new TCH sound. The first word is kitchen, kitchen. The next word is chips. You can decode these if it helps you. Atch, scratch. We're going back down here. Our next word is chin. Our next word is itch, witch. And now we have that new TCH again. Atch, catch. That word is catch. Now we're going to decide which of these words fits in this sentence. book is it? Ooh, maybe I should go up with a question mark. Book is it? Kitchen book is it? No. Chips book is it? No. Which one would make sense? You're right. Which book is it? Which is a question word. That one would make some sense. Which book is it? And we know that has a question mark. It's a question. It's not a statement, it's a question. Awesome. Number 2, read it with me. Dan cooks food in the Dan cooks food in the Ooh, I see a word up there. It has that TCH. I'm remembering that TCH spells ch. Okay, let's see. Let's try it. Itch in kitchen. Dan cooks food in the kitchen. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. It is now your turn to copy these down, number 1, number 2, number 3, and 4, and then fill in the blank with that ch word that goes in it. When you are done, you can take a picture of it and send it to the teacher that you send your work to. Now is a great time to pause and work on that. Today we get to read the coin shop. We're going to practice reading some words with that TCH, which makes the ch sound. Batch. A batch is like a group of something. Batch. Fetch. This is a really long word, and we're gonna look for the parts that we know. Oh, I see sk. I know that part. Ch. We know that part is. Okay. Now I'm gonna decode. Sk. Atch is. Now that I've decoded, I can put it all together and blend it. Scratches. We're gonna do that process with this next word. Look for the parts you know. Okay, I know sw. I know ch. Ooh, that past tense marker, d. Now I'm going to decode s, w, itch, d. Now we're going to blend it all together. Switched. Now I have some 2-syllable words. Just a reminder, you can always use that strategy of covering one part of the word in 2-syllable words to help you. For 2-syllable words, we have nd, under. We have nd, id, 100. And now we have our tricky words. See if you can read them faster than me. The word is some. The word is no. The word is could. Oh, you were so fast. Here's some vocabulary we're going to see today in the Coin Shop book. We're going to see a looking glass, just like a magnifying glass. It's a glass that helps you see something. You're going to read about a Spanish coin. This isn't a coin that speaks Spanish. It's a coin that is from the country of Spain. Super cool. And then we're going to see the 1600s. The 1600s was a long time ago. We're here in the year 2020. These were in the 1600s years. And this stagecoach shows you that they didn't have cars back then. That's what they used to get around in the 1600s. Awesome. You are ready to read the Coin Shop. I'm going to read it the first time to you. That way you hear all the words. You should be following along with your finger and listening to me read. When I'm done, you should pause it and read it out loud to your family or your dog or your teddy bear. That really helps you practice reading the Coin Shop. Nan drove us to the coin shop. The man in the coin shop was a pal of hers. His name was Jack. Jack, Nan said, this is Kate Skipper. I'm Kate's Nan. She's out here for the summer. We went for a hike and Kate found a coin in a cave. Well, Miss Skipper, said Jack. Jack said, let's have a look at it. I handed him the coin. Jack set it under a looking glass and switched on a lamp. Let's see, he said. It's got some scratches on it, but I can tell that it's a Spanish coin. It's made of silver, too. When was it made? Asked Nan. There's no date on the coin, said Jack. But I'll bet it dates back to the 1600s. The Spanish minted a big batch of coins like this one back then. Goodness, said Nan. Is that a long time back in the past? I asked. Yes, said Jack. Let me run and fetch my book on Spanish coins. When Jack came back, he said, There's just one thing you need to tell me, Miss Skipper. What's that? I asked. Are there a lot of coins like this one in that cave? No, he said. We found just this one. That's a shame, Jack said. What? Why? I asked. If there were a lot of coins, you and your Nan would be rich, said Jack. I could sell a coin like this one for $300. $300? said Nan. Jack nodded. Yippee! I shouted. I'm rich! Now that you have heard me read it once to you, I want you to pause the video and go back and read this yourself. Read this story out loud to yourself. I'm so proud of how much you are focusing and growing your brains. We have one more thing to do today. Since we just took a spelling test, we need some new spelling words to study. I want you to get your paper and copy down these new spelling words. These are our new spelling words. I'll read them with you. Number 1 is chips. Number 2 is much. Number 3 is catch. Ooh, I noticed that new TCH spelling in catch. Number 4 is fetch. Ooh, I noticed that TCH in there too. Number 5 is marsh. Number 6 is shine. Ooh, I see that I magic E. That makes the I sound. Shine. Number 7 is flash. And number 8 is our tricky word. It's how. The word is how. How is spelled H-O-W. You should keep this piece of paper close to you or on your refrigerator or in your bedroom to help you study these words this week so you can be ready for next week's spelling test. Awesome. You have worked so hard. Don't forget to send your spelling test with your corrections that you made in your different color. Send that TCH sound practice, those 4 sentences, and then those new spelling words that you just wrote down. Send those to your teacher. I'm so proud of you. Great job, first grade. Bye.